Police today released body cam footage of the moment they arrested the man they say planned to assassinate former President Trump while he was golfing.
Former President Donald Trump emerged, luckily past an apparent assassination attempt at his Florida golf club. This was the second attack on his life, is serving to further unsettle the tumultuous 2024 election cycle. 2 months ago, during a campaign event in Butler, Pennsylvania, Trump was shot at, with one bullet grazing his right ear. The former president was moved to safety after authorities, a man armed with an AK-style rifle, was found hiding at a golf course in Florida. The man, hiding in bushes roughly 400-500 yards from Trump, was confronted by Secret Service agents. Agents opened fire when they spotted the gunman and fired 4 to 5 rounds of ammunition. The man has been identified as Wesley Routh. The FBI so far has declined to comment. So, who exactly is this suspect?
You're right.
Who is...
Driver! No. Walk straight back!
After being discovered, the suspect dropped the rifle and fled in a vehicle, abandoning the weapon along with 2 knapsacks, a scope used for aiming a weapon, and a GoPro camera. From the remnants at the scene, combined with other information, the police are tracking their biggest suspect, who is Wesley Routh. The 58-year-old is originally from North Carolina and later a resident of Hawaii. Routh operated a shed-building business with his son and had a notable presence on social media, where he frequently commented on U.S. politics and international affairs. Voter records show Routh as an unaffiliated voter in North Carolina. He most recently voted during the state's Democratic Party primary in March 2024. He has also made donations to Act Blue, a political action committee that supports Democratic candidates. On his social media, Routh has supported former Democratic candidate Tulsi Gabbard, who later switched over to the Republican Party. Over the years, his political views have shifted towards supporting President Joe Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris. Following the first assassination attempt on Trump in Pennsylvania, Routh urged Biden and Harris to visit those wounded in the shooting at the hospital and to attend the funeral of a former fire chief killed at the rally. Interestingly, Routh had previously volunteered to fight in Ukraine against Russia, which adds another layer of intrigue to his background. Despite his international exploits, his focus appeared to have shifted toward Trump in what authorities have labeled an attempted assassination. Routh has had multiple run-ins with law enforcement, including a conviction in 2002 for possession of a weapon of mass destruction following a standoff with North Carolina police. What happened on that day? A Secret Service agent is said to have spotted a rifle being aimed from some bushes near the golf course. This agent, who was tasked with staying ahead of Trump during his game, immediately recognized the threat. Upon seeing the rifle barrel, the agent took swift action, and the individual fled the scene. Police later recovered an AK-47-style rifle with a scope, along with 2 backpacks. These backpacks contained ceramic tiles, which could have been used as makeshift armor, and a GoPro camera, perhaps to document the event. At this time, it is unclear if Routh managed to fire any shots at the agents, but it's clear that the Secret Service acted quickly to neutralize the threat. Routh was apprehended by police on a major highway in Florida after fleeing the scene. Images taken by a passing driver showed his car, a black vehicle, surrounded by numerous police officers. Fortunately, Trump was unharmed during the incident, although several gunshots were reportedly heard while he was playing golf on his private course. Hours after the thwarted assassination, Trump left his golf course under heavy security. Questions remain about how someone armed with a rifle managed to get so close to the former president. Nonetheless, Trump has continued to praise the Secret Service for their actions and remains committed to his campaign efforts, undeterred by the close call. In a brief statement following this latest incident, Trump reassured his supporters, stating, "I'm safe and doing well. Nothing will stop me. I will never give up." He expressed immense pride in being American and praised the efforts of those who protected him that day. The incident has sparked a broader conversation about the safety of politicians in America. Speaking from the White House, President Biden called on Congress to consider whether the Secret Service needs more resources to protect high-profile figures. He made it clear that the well-being of American leaders should be a top priority, and that the agency tasked with their protection needs adequate support. This case highlights a growing concern about the safety of public figures, especially those involved in highly divisive political battles. Biden expressed relief that Trump was unharmed, thanking the Secret Service for their quick response. However, he emphasized that more could be done to prevent incidents like this in the future, suggesting that Congress should allocate additional funding and personnel to the Secret Service if needed. Vice President Kamala Harris also commented on the incident, expressing her deep concern about the attempted attack on Trump. She emphasized the importance of preventing any further violence, stating that everyone must work together to ensure such events do not escalate. As part of their investigation, police raided Routh's home in North Carolina. It turns out that in the past, he had given interviews urging people to travel to Ukraine and join the fight against Russia. While it's unclear what his exact motive was in targeting Trump, investigators are exploring his connections to Ukraine and whether they may have played a role in the attempted attack. Earlier in the day, Routh appeared in court, wearing a blue jail uniform and handcuffs.
58-year-old has appeared in court on charges of possessing a firearm, despite having a prior conviction.
The court session was brief, lasting just over 10 minutes. During the hearing, Routh confirmed his name and acknowledged the charges against him. He also disclosed his financial situation, revealing that he had no significant assets aside from 2 trucks in Hawaii, worth about $11,000 each. Routh is now facing 2 serious federal charges: possession of a firearm as a convicted felon and possession of a firearm with a defaced serial number. He did not enter a plea during this initial hearing. A pretrial detention hearing has been scheduled for the following week, where more details about the case are expected to emerge. As the court documents continue to be unsealed, additional information is coming to light. For example, it has been confirmed that no shots were fired by Routh during the incident, despite initial reports suggesting there may have been an exchange of gunfire. The investigation is ongoing, and authorities are working to piece together the full story. In the meantime, Trump has wasted no time in addressing the incident. Speaking to Fox News, he blamed the attack on the inflammatory language used by his political opponents, specifically President Biden and Vice President Harris. According to Trump, their rhetoric has painted him as a threat to democracy, which may have motivated the gunman to act. As more information becomes available, this case will likely continue to fuel discussions about the polarized political climate in the U.S. and the growing threats faced by public figures. The incident underscores the need for heightened security measures and a more cautious approach to political discourse, as the lines between words and actions become increasingly blurred in today's environment. By the way, this wasn't the first time Trump has faced a threat of this nature. Just a few weeks prior, there was another attempt on his life during a rally in Pennsylvania. Trump was injured, but quickly bounced back, rallying the crowd with shouts of "Fight, fight!" His resilience has become a hallmark of his public persona, and he continues to press forward despite the dangers.